That equalizer comes down, makes it very, very hard for Karkin and Keen to play these fights. And there is problematic follow-up, unfortunately for DFN. That tidal wave comes through. Pongyon finds himself the Shurima shuffle in with the Emperor's Divide. He's in a lot of trouble here, I imagine. Arca Prison connects and Shadow being on the spot side has walked over a ward, so they're well aware of his positioning. You can see right now, Citrus just beelining it to the spot lane to try and make this turnaround. The wave crashes on in. Gang looks for the combo, but dies almost immediately. Karkin flashes away. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Will be taken out. 2 kills go the way of CFO. Shadow, the one trade. So Citrus makes it a 2-for-1. Can he look for more? 2-2-7-4, looking very juicy, but decides better of it, wants to hold the flash.
Yeah, CFO very active very early on that Pantheon, making plays as we cut to the replay.
Yeah, oh, the clearance, the Shurima shuffle, forces the flash, followed by Pongyon right into Shadow's waiting arms. Easy as you'd like, and unfortunately coming back to bite Keen, who had so much prior in the mid lane. Pongyon.
Gang down to about 50%, so they have to recall.
Yeah, 54-36 now in that bot lane. So when it rains, it pours, unfortunately, for DFM. And Pongyon going again. The Grand Skyfall Keen is about to go down for the second time. Command Shockwave out. Can they keep him alive? Keen walks it away. Citrus looking for the return. Will get the kill back on the Pongyon. The turnaround as he follows Shadow as well. Says, that'll be enough, lad. My spear's just that little bit better than yours. And walk back there. And you can already see Shadow having started that up. Has the lane prior in both mid and bot lane. So Pongyon can walk down 227, helping escort him to add that little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good position to be in as Karkun. And as you were saying, with the feats of strength no longer being a thing, that does replace the importance on First Blood, as we see Momo just trading a little into rest. Don't expect too much to happen here.
You say that Momo's looking for it right now. All out comes through. He's looking to beat down on the rest. This very scary Zante in the 1v1 situation, but the burn. The overhead, he's looking for the chase, but the flash away. Mo's in trouble, and he will fall the tower. Keen, if nothing else. Unfortunately, Rest, a veteran of the scene, is very rarely going to fall for that. Plays it to perfection. Citrus now in Shadow's jungle has been spotted, is being chased down to half HP. And is just looking for an opportunity to clear. Keen is going to be there, gets himself some healing, and they found a fight down in the river. 2-2-7-4 sent at the tidal wave, being chased by Citrus. Doggo's in trouble as well, but the Shurima shuffle in. It's a 1-for-1 trade ultimately, but they find a follow-up. Doggo falls to Karkun. The chains of corruption connecting. And DFM still lose out, but they get something back at the very least.
Yeah, we're seeing the pings come down on this jungle objective here with this second dragon. We see Doggo with the culling going out just to poke them away.
Oh, what a steal!
And blue team... Well done, Citrus, for that steal.
The equalizer comes in. Now Rest is on the hunt. The ult pop by Citrus to clear some tidal wave. But, oh no, it's all going down onto Citrus. He gets the steal, but pays for it with his life. They stop the stacking at the very least. And Momo.
This is new and exciting, and we're hoping to see some good changes out of this one.
I mean, having 3 a game, 45 seconds long each, and the turnaround gang looking for opportunity. Chains of corruption goes out. The tidal wave in response. Doggo in a very dangerous spot. He is well behind enemy lines. And it is going to be Citrus to collect. Oh, 2-2-7-4 forced to flash away from the command shockwave. That could have been a disastrous 2-for-0. But it does allow DFM to then transition into the Herald, and suddenly the momentum is shifted.
Absolutely. DFM has just snagged the priority there for themselves. They went, you know what? There's Doggo. Get him. Pulled the trigger. Bang. Gone. We're over to that Herald. We got the TP from Keen as well to re-support that DFM all in on Doggo. Doggo, it just feels like Doggo was caught out of position there. Like, credit to Gang. Gang is making things happen. As we see a crystalline growth on this top tower, it's not going to get cracked as Pongyon walks away.
Karkun, oh, the Grand Skyfall's there. Citrus in the vicinity to help try and babysit for the flash forward. Karkun's in trouble. The equalizer to follow, and Doggo picks up the kill. Citrus again finds himself in an eerily similar situation. Will fall. And the collapse, the global potential between the Rumble and the Pantheon paying out for CFO. Oh, Shurima shuffle out as Gang found an opportunity. The Herald was dropped mid lane. But all it's really going to do is prep the mid tower. All the while, Rest playing the lane so cleanly is up nearly 2,000 gold alone. So half of that lead, Gang going in again, looking for the opportunity. CG74 will be taken out by Keen. Citrus in, finds Shadow, drops the ult to deny Pongyon that damage, but he's fully stacked with a lethal tempo. Equalizer comes in, Pongyon gets his one onto Citrus, just right-clicking away. You look at the damage, the culling coming out onto Momo and Karkun as well. Doggo right here, right now, looking for the chase down, finds Karkun. They're looking for Gang as well. It's all going CFO's way. And it looked like DFM might have been able to contest, but the collapse has come through. Doggo command shockwaved into the tower. Keen gets his consolation.
Yeah, look, at least they get that one back on Doggo. And that
no, it's
fight
not done. It's not done. Momo, they're all dropping in to say hi, and they'll take the tier 1 mid as well.
That is absolute devastation across the rift. CFO took everything there. Rest was taking the top tower, TP'd in, and then ulted over the top with the equalizer. But the Baron is up. CFO is up 6.3 thousand golds, 6,300. That is a commanding lead. They've all completed all of their role quests. Gang goes in.
He's looking for Doggo, but the tidal wave stops in the Aqua Prison as well. Follow-up means that they can't confirm anything. And Doggo happy to just walk it away for now. It will mean the tier 1 mid lane for CFO does fall as well.
Really feels like DFM needed that middle tower. All 5 of them were there. They forced it, made it happen, and it worked at the cost of those summoners.
Yeah, I mean, this gap in the top lane's scary. It is matched. Oh, the Great Skyfall hit under gang, but he walks himself away, just baiting it out. Aqua Prison's there, but they know full well an overcommitment could be a death sentence. 2274 flashing away. Will be taken out. The ult pop, but it's Rest who's found him on the backside. Citrus just straight man fighting here, while Momo doing much the same into Shadow and Pongyon. Karkun's there, finds the kill. Momo just survives here. The shield pops as Keen teleports in to somehow, some way.
Yeah, but it feels like Doggo is not willing to let them get away with it, as we see Shadow stay on the Drake, and for the 4 members of CFO rotating to Baron, because they've also predicted...
Oh, a fight's brewing. Keen is here. They've looked for an angle, but Citrus takes so much damage. They've got the abilities. They've got the items here. CFO pull that trigger, equalize it down, but they've got no vision inside that brush. Shadow deep into enemy territory, but he finds the kill. Looking for a second, jumps onto Keen. 2 for Shadow. Looking for a third. His gang is just being run down. Unfortunately for the cow, he's headed to the meatworks, and Momo doing what he can to get the hell out of Dodge. But Doggo was not going to let him, unfortunately, for the fact that a Kazante had flashed there, and a disastrous turnabout for DFM off the back of Citrus taking way too much damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's good to see DFM putting up the fight, but CFO, I think, have just really shown their experience and that they're coming online here. They do seem to be synergized really, really well. Shadow, it almost feels like Shadow, as I mentioned earlier, has come onto the rift with a point to prove, is initiating so many of these fights, has been so proactive all over the rift since the start. As we see Shadow just trying to clear out some ward here, there's a skirmish breaking out near the base.
And that's Baron up wave. Gang's going in. He's only found Shadow. One shockwave followed. Tidal wave splits the difference, but this might be the opening that DFM need. Unfortunately for them, Momo's zoned away before anything of meaning can happen. CFO corral DFM back into their base. They've got 2 lanes of minions marching on to the inhibitor towers. And it's a bleak spot. That was a great, ambitious play for DFM, but it just doesn't work, unfortunately. My lord, the damage that Doggo is pumping out has the IE to boot. He is hitting incredibly hard. Yeah,
not even Momo can withstand too much of Doggo poke. We were just watching that trade off the base there. And with these Baron-empowered minions, and the culling comes out, it just takes Keen.
Doggo culling indeed. Unfortunately, the herd was sick and they needed to put Keen down. They do just that, crack the base. The inhib is then next. A 4 versus 5 defense. Shadow's in. He's found gang. They're looking for more, but a hit by Pulverize turnaround. This could be the opportunity. He does fall, but Shadow's low. So is Doggo. Does have that Guardian Angel, though. Can commit. Karkun. Gonna burn down to the equalizer. Momo can't do much more. And CFO will get their first win of the 2026 LCP season. Looking for one more to make it the first series when DFM put up a valiant effort.
And a tidal wave from 2274 for good measure as well. What a game. It was close at the start, but toward the middle to late game, CFO ran away with it, proving that they were the stronger of the 2. That Pantheon, Shadow Pantheon, Rest Rumble, and Doggo. Do we need to say more? Doggo's damage, astronomical this game. And as we're seeing a Wukong picked.
Yeah, let through the entire run. But I mean, look, yeah, Wukong may have been available, but for my money, Citrus on these assassins has just looked so much better in this matchup right now. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit harder for Momo to heal up compared to the Rek'Sai. Naturally, that inbuilt healing that she has. Gang finds an angle, but the turnaround's here. Shadow is rocked up to the party. Root on to Karkut, no flash, and he dies for first blood. Doggo claims his prize.
Absolutely. The sustain out of Rek'Sai is phenomenal. You can see the Dorian shield and those runes. Rest is absolutely going full tank build here. Health.
Oh, Pongyon. They're looking for it. Keen's dropped the ghost as well, but the vision's not there. Looking for the root. They do get it, but Shadow's in from behind. Can they get Pongyon? Yes, they can. The Audacity does connect there for Citrus. Is able to get the grass as well, so just walks himself away. To their own now. CFO take that neutral objective control, and Shadow will get himself a Cloud Drake to start.
Yeah, I was absolutely about to say that as well. Hextech Soul game 1, first Drake, and now we've got the Cloud Drake for the first Drake of game 2. We do jump to Shadow here on the grubs. Again, prioritizing that jungle objective, really trying to secure that extra pushing power on the turrets here for his team.
Yeah, I mean, they just get lane prior, top and mid lane, allows Shadow to just walk in completely uncontested. We'll take all 3 of them for his trouble, narrowly away from disaster.
I am noticing that crashdown is actually proving to be a really nice buffer into that Tangle Barbs out of the Nico.
Keen's in big trouble. The Cyclone's there. He's got a flash forward aggressively, but the second use is going to be there. Keen falls as Shadow takes the second kill of the game for CFO. Has all but entirely been controlled by CFO this game. They are looking for Dragon number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're starting to see those item completions come through too, we've got Kraken Slayer
Gang wants
on
it. The Magnetic Storm. The Pop Blossom's only on to 1. The supreme display of skill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but now Citrus finds himself in trouble. Gets the stealth, looking for the turnaround. Momo's here as well, but Doggo finds his kill. Rest in the thick of things, as is Momo, but Karkun can't do much of anything. Doggo now going on the hunt. He's had a taste of blood, and Karkun forced to flash away. Doggo not willing to expend his own. They take the 2 and the Dragon, not dropping anything.
Rest goes in for more, though, on the Keen.
For more, but the Rune Prison from Keen and the Phase Rush gets him out of dodge.
Either the next Rift Herald or even the Drake to stop that stacking, as we get to see some vision clearing happening and Gang Hex over the wall.
Shadow over the wall, the Weaver's wall there on the Gang, looking for an angle. The Tangle Barbs and the Pop Blossom on the Gang, but it's a very deep dive right now. Unfortunately, nowhere to go, nothing to do, and the Rel will fall. Not much to grab off the back of it other than some style points. A seismic shove onto Keen, who does somehow complete his quest in the middle of all that. Cyclone onto Citrus, who uses the supreme display of skill to clear the gap. But they're not done hunting Citrus. Moments away from death. Will be finished off by the Wukong. Long arming it. Now Keen, they're not done. Bunyon wants revenge. Unfortunately, Fancy Feet will get the big blue smurf out. For Momo right now, the Titanic Hydra versus that Mage and a pickaxe, as well as the Execution is calling. So not a great spot for Momo. He should be able to pick something up. I was going to say he was going to pick something off the recall, but he's not been able to do it. Shadow comes in for a gank. 2-2-7-4 on the backside. The Tangle Bubs onto Karkun again. Doggo drops the ult and then the hammer. There's Misfortune for the second time this game falls.
It's so hard to overcome these sort of barriers for DFM.
DFM trying to gatekeep CFO away from this Herald. Citrus desperately trying to make it happen here, but they've walked on up. Momo pops the Dominus just to keep himself alive. Rest TP's in, and suddenly pit control has been conceded. It's a clone, Citrus. It's a clone. Weaver's wall out to split that difference. Herald taken. Cyclone in onto 2. Looking for more. Seismic shove comes through. It's 2-2-7-4, first to 4, but they find Karkun and Gang off the back of it. A great collapse and a capitalization, and CFO well rewarded with that Herald's Eye to boot. And DFM can do nothing but run, get themselves out of the dodge, but the ult pop there by Rest dives onto Momo, finds himself under Momo's tower. They are looking to execute a dive and find themselves some lovely truck leather boots, and the dive, the clone away to deny the stun, the slice of dice away. And CFO are playing mind games at this point.
Yeah, this is devastation occurring in real time, as Doggo also gets the first turret and picks up that 300 gold first turret bonus. I would just like to shout out observers. That was absolutely criminal, zooming in on Pungyong's corpse.
Fun fact, that was my first job in esports for League of Legends, was observing, and I did the exact same thing. So it is kind of the golden rule of observing, and you look at it, just unfortunately unaware. The vision not going to be there. Keen comes in, Rune Prison, Gang is there to assist, does get flicked back even. Wow, Pugyod almost got out of that, but it was the flash from Citrus to follow it up that allowed the route to connect. He very nearly got away from that. Right now,
Definitely is.
again, it's just battling around this vision control. At minute 20 away from Baron. CFO are not done just yet. They want to take as much of the rift as possible.
Yeah, look, CFO are applying as much pressure as they can, almost across the entire map. They're
on the hunt. They found Momo. It's all coming together as Doggo dives in. He's dominating now as he gets kill number 6. And poor Momo. That's a rough one. That is a very rough one. He's a nice belt now, though.
Couldn't agree more with you, mate. I mean, what can you do there? It was a 4-person dive. It was clean as you please under that tower at top side. Everybody has completed their role quests, which the poke.
Clenched a little bit there as Doggo ran towards him. Luckily, not too much lockdown there on a Kaiser, but the Herald's going to be popped in the mid lane. 7 to 10 ultimates used in that fight in this tower. Ooh, no, lives on a sliver of HP.
One hit and it goes down.
Onion again.
We've got
support. Oh, the Realm Warp coming in. Can they find something here? They're looking for it. Citrus over the wall. Pungyon knows full well to move, but the Scattered Earths gets the stun off. They're looking for the turnaround. Oh my lord, the Tangle Barbs. In comes Doggo flying from off screen. Finds himself one Shadow there to pick up the second, and the turnaround is severe.
Shadow trying to get that fist bump emote. No one's giving it back. That was a turnaround, as you say. I mean, they thought that they were able to 2-1 Pungyon. Pungyon got the really good flick. This is absolutely going to go uncontested. This will be the Mountain Soul, which is going to increase CFO's durability against physical damage quite nicely. Basically, Karkun is going to struggle to do damage, even with the 2 items, the Bloodthirster as well.
Yeah, I mean, that lead in the jungle as well speaks volume. Citrus slipping pretty far behind in the grand scheme as Baron being started up here. Pings galore coming out. But you look at it right now, Keen will have to try and run there with the Realm Warp. Doesn't have the TP, remember. The Tangle Barb's onto Gang. He's then flicked into the Scattered Earth. And it's Storm onto one, but it's just an Eco who explodes in the face of Kiana Rest, can then hold the rest at bay as Baron falls. He's just going to give him the runaround. Doggo sends it in with the ultimate, then flashes away. Well overcommitting, unfortunately, again. The Crocodile on the top side, left to his lonesome. He is an isolated beast. Speaking of beast, so is Rest. Into the backside, finds Karkun. Shadow then comes into assist. Citrus falls as Doggo rains Hellfire onto DFM.
4 of DFM's team away from that Baron take that CFO were able to execute so cleanly and already secure a 3,500 Baron gold get right now. As they chip away at this, they will get this mid turret. Yeah, really well played by CFO.
Wide.
Absolutely. I really don't know what DFM can hope to do here to pull this one back. CFO basically grouped up in the bot side with the Baron buff minions. They're looking to siege this base. With Bulletstorm from MF coming out over the top. Really good engage there from Gang.
They do get Doggo, and that's a big chunk of damage off the board. Now Momo sends it on in. Dominus popped on the Pungyon. He's taking a lot of damage with the stuns coming on through. Shadow into the back line with the Cyclone. Karkun low. Is he going to fall? No, he's just surviving, but the Void Rush comes through. Rest, drive-by shooting, takes out the Misfortune, and then walks himself aside to play spoiler. Back over the wall. What a shove onto Keen. Pungyon finds yet more off the board. 3 dead for the one of Doggo, and CFO will look to try and close it here. They have manhandled the LJL representatives in game 2 of this series, and they're not done just yet. Gang sends it in, but he is a one-man support army in the face of 4 very, very scary PCS, LCP, monster representatives. They take the team, they take the base, and Logan, they will take their first series of 2026.
Absolutely. Congratulations to CFO. This was a clean game. Very, very CFO one-sided. As we look at the jubilation on the faces of these players as they get up and, you know, celebrate their deserved win this evening in this best of 3. CFO have won 2-0 against DFM tonight.